Hello everyone and welcome back to the Arsenal podcast. I've got big transfer news when we talk about the football club Arsenal in the general transfer window. We know that the general transfer window is nearly ending. We're coming to the end of the general transfer window and Arsenal is very serious when we talk about transfers. So make sure you stick around until the end of this video because I've got interesting transfer news for you right about here at the Arsenal podcast with me, your very host Abu Karls. As I promised you that if you blink, you definitely miss. That is what I definitely meant. In a video like this, you cannot afford to miss out any part. So welcome back to the Arsenal podcast, and as I told you before, my name is Abu Karls and we've got massive, and I mean massive Arsenal transfer updates right about here at the Arsenal podcast. And we know that Arsenal have officially inquired about Aston Villa's John Duran, and we know that the Ferguson loan deal is back on and the club is still pushing for a big move, massive move for the football player Nico Williams. And we know that the general transfer window is nearing its final days. Arsenal are making moves to strengthen the squad. Could we see multiple signings before the deadline day? Let's dive straight into the latest developments right about here at the Arsenal podcast with me, your very host Abu. So Arsenal makes their first move. Well, has Arsenal really gone and made the first move really? First up, we'll talk about Arsenal's interest in John Duran, and we know that according to multiple sources, Arsenal have officially contacted Aston Villa to explore potential deal, a big deal for the Colombian international, one of the best strikers in the Premier League at the moment. And we know that John Duran, who is just 20 years of age, has had a solid impact at Aston Villa despite limited starts, and he has scored key goals this very season, and his strength, pace and also finishing ability have caught the attention of Mikel Arteta, and all of us who've seen him play, who've watched him play, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Who is looking to, we know that Mikel Arteta is looking to add more firepower to Arsenal's attack, and that's why we are seeing these football players being linked. And we know that with Gabriel Jesus out injured and also Bukayo Saka's injury being a very big problem, we know that Arsenal are determined to bring in a striker. However, it will be noted that Aston Villa are reluctant to sell and have slapped a price tag of £80 million on the football player John Durán. So Aston Villa have already rejected a £57 million bid from West Ham, but Arsenal could structure a deal with add-ons to make it work, and that definitely is something that Arsenal has actually in plan. So would John Duran be the right fit for Arsenal's attack? Let me know in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's switch on to yet another superstar. We're talking about Ferguson's loan deal, but it's definitely back on. Next, let's talk really about Ferguson, ladies and gentlemen, a player that Arsenal has been tracking for months. And we know that just weeks ago, a move seemed quite dead in the water. But now a new report suggests that Brighton have reopened talks about a loan deal for Ferguson, who has struggled for game time, ladies and gentlemen. And under Brighton's new manager, we know that he's been making a lot. He's definitely impressed. And with just one Premier League start this very season, he's definitely played quite well when he's been brought off the bench and stuff like that. So I know that the club initially rejected the loan offer, but with West Ham, Everton, Bournemouth, and also Arsenal all interested, Brighton may now be open to letting him leave temporarily, and that's the big loan deal that we are talking about, and he might end up at the football club Arsenal. So Arsenal view Ferguson as a short-term solution to the striker shortage, while they work on bigger summer moves for the marquee signing of a perfect number 9. And however, we cannot rule out that this number 9 signing could even be this very season, ladies and gentlemen. And now we know that they will really have no move fast as West Ham really are trying to push. West Ham is trying to push quite hard to make sure that they can secure the 19-year-old forward. So Arsenal has to act quickly to make sure that things go on quite well for them. So would Ferguson be a smart signing for Arsenal? That is a big question I've got for you. Or should the club Arsenal focus on a permanent deal instead of getting into this transfer of Ferguson? Anyway, that's something for you to answer in the comment section. Let me know what you definitely think. And now let's move to Nico Williams. We know that Arsenal has kept on pushing, and finally we know that there is a bit of green light, and we know that Nico Williams, one of the most exciting wingers in Europe, is now being seen as one that could end up at the football club Arsenal. And Arsenal remains in the race for the Athletic Bilbao football player, the Athletic Bilbao star, but they face serious competition for Tottenham Hotspurs from Spurs and Barcelona. And we know that Williams, who is valued at a fee that is in a region of £80 million, and really I think it's quite big. It's a big amount of money, with some sources coming up and saying it's £50 million, other sources saying it's £80 million. I would like to take the £80 million because he's a very good football player. I can imagine that's his price tag. So and this definitely makes if he's at £50 million, it makes him an attainable target. But the key question is whether he is ready to leave Athletic Bilbao in the general transfer window. And we know that reports suggest that he is open to a Premier League move, which is big news, and Arsenal see him as a perfect backup for Bukayo Saka. With Bukayo Saka really still recovering from an injury, Arsenal need extra firepower, depth, and also a good football player on the right flank, and Williams definitely fits the position. So we know that he's one of the most dangerous football players at the moment, and adding him would make him a dangerous addition to Mikel Arteta's attack. So the club is working behind the scenes to convince Nico Williams to make the move before the deadline day. Before deadline, this move has to be completed. So ladies and gentlemen, would signing Nico Williams make Arsenal the title contenders? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And I must say, Gunners, which of these signings excites you the most? Should Arsenal go all in for John Durán, or should Arsenal take a chance on Ferguson? And on Ferguson's loan deal, or should Arsenal go in for Nico Williams considering his release clause? Should the club really wait until the summer transfer window for bigger moves? Let me know in the comment section what you definitely think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you don't want to miss out on any updates, these massive Arsenal transfer stories are here, and I'll definitely be giving them to you every day, as we have got a few days left. You do not need to miss out on any transfer news, as I'll be here giving to you the latest trade in the transfer market when we talk about the football club Arsenal and Arsenal transfer news. I remain your very host, Abu Carls, and I'll definitely see you in the next video, ladies and gentlemen. It's been nice having you here. It's been nice talking to you, and I'll see you straight in another video. Thank you and goodbye for now.